There are two things that we have an abundance of in our house that we use regularly for crafts. One is toilet rolls, and two would be pine cones because of the number of pine trees that we have. And yes, pine cones are great for burning and they look pretty, but they are also awesome for crafts. And today I want to give you 3 simple ideas of what you can do with some pine cones to have some fun with. Hi, and welcome to Learning Life, and thank you for joining me today as we get our craft on. You know what? If you've been watching these videos, you know that I pop in with crafts because we love crafts in our family. It's a daily occurrence with us. And if you haven't been watching, you know what? Hey, you could check some of them out. And also don't forget to like, to subscribe, leave me your comments, and join us in learning this life together. Well, pine cones, they are not just something that we have to pick up every time we're going to mow the lawn. We have an abundance of them. We've burnt them. We just paint them because they're pretty. You know what? And they don't just have to be around like fall and using them as decoration with your pumpkins or painting them and making them angels for Christmas. You know, there are so many things that you can do with pine cones, and they are a yearly thing. All year round, you can have them. So today, let's look at 3 simple things. Some cute owls, some fancy fairies, and a bird feeder. Are you ready? Let's start with the owls. Okay, you don't have to spray paint them, but as you can see with my girls, we do love to paint. They particularly love gold and silver. And so if we can spray paint anything gold and silver, yes, they love spray painting. But aren't these cute? They are really easy. All you need are your pine cones, some felt, some buttons, your scissors, of course, and if you have it, your handy dandy glue gun, which really, if you're going to be crafting, is a fantastic investment. I've recently seen them at Dollar Tree. So, you know, they're not expensive, but so good to have. Or if not, you can use like other wood glues or fabric glues or something stronger. So let's start with our pine cone. We'll go gold today. Now, you could make a template if you want to. I'm not really a template person. I tend to eyeball things. Also because pine cones are all different shapes and sizes. So if I'm cutting out templates, they might not fit. So anyhow, we often have I like to find things cheap and then I collect them because you never know when you might need them. So our felt. So I'm just going to cut this in half. Here you go, pine cone. All right, and I'm going to see, I'm going to take a little bit off. And now I'm just going to really cut like a leaf shape, rounded at the top, tapered at the bottom. They're not perfect. That's okay. But ta-da! We've got 2. Okay. And then what we're going to do is glue them to our pine cone. Hot glue, and stick on either side. This is where I really find that hot glue is the best for this. Okay. So we're going to stick it on. Perfect. And now we are going to need our eyes. So for this, you really need 2 different types of felt and some black buttons. So I've used a lighter one. I've sort of already cut the shape so you don't have to see me doing it. I've got 2 white circles and I've got 2 black buttons. And this is how we do it. Dot for each of the white circles to go on, and then a dot for the black buttons. You can be as precise as you like or as wonky as you like. You know, this just gives personality to all of our creatures. And then I've cut out some red felt for a beak. Now, if you don't have felt, could you use cardstock, cardboard? Absolutely. Construction paper, use what you have. You know, that's the great thing about crafting. Well, now we need to stick our face on. So I'm just going to glue on the back and then stick here. Our eyes. See, he's looking cute already, but he needs feet. Our owl needs feet. So I cut out 2 little feet, or big feet really, and I'm just going to do a strip along the bottom and stick them up. And there we go. Look how easy it was to make that cute owl. Isn't he cute? We'll come up with a name for him later. So we'll stick our owl back over here. So our next one, let's go to fairies. Okay, fairies are great. And again, really all you need is your pine cone. Now you could use wooden balls or little polystyrene balls. I had some of these at home. I had some yarn for hair. Or if you got an abundance of this Easter grass, it really makes cute and funky hair for a little fairy there. And then we used felt for the wings, which I've already cut out. This is a stiffer felt. Again, use cardstock if that's all that you have, or construction paper. And because I want to pretty it up, so I've cut out some other strips. So I'm just going to hot glue these first to get my wings going. Let's do it this way. And again, it's entirely up to you. Polka dots, stripes, other triangles inside. It's really, really up to you. So we'll go silver, seeing as we did a gold owl. Now I'm going to put the wings on. Now because I want my pattern facing out, I need to glue here. So let's get our glue and press that in. Oops. Sorry, Mr. Pinecone. All right, so we've got our wings. Now we're going to do our face, our head. So first of all, I've already cut out my yarn. Now what I like to do is take one strand of it and tie it in the middle. This just really helps to get a center and also just makes it easy to glue on so you're not having to do bit by bit. Okay, one spot at the top of the head and on goes our hair. Okay, well, I think this fairy needs a bow. She needs to look pretty. So another dot. I just had a little bit of ribbon, so I made a bow. Gosh, you could use flowers, or if you had like the tops of acorns, you can make cute hats. I mean, really, you can do anything here, people. That's the great thing about craft. Imaginations. Just as a marker, 2 dots for eyes, little smiley face, however big you want it to be, really. And now I am going to glue it to the top. Oops. So stick it on and ready. Sorry, head. I like to push it in a little bit. Hear that? And then glue it. Look at our little fairy. Isn't she cute? She'll get a name later as well. So really just easy to make. Things that you might have around the house. You've got pine cones, just use them. You can make a whole lot of things. You can hang them on string if you want to. My girls just love to like play with these and like you just hear the stories that come out. So again, we painted them. You don't have to. You could do any colors. You can leave them plain. Now our last thing, the bird feeder. This is also great, especially if you've got like pine cones that just don't look that pretty, but you still want to do something simple and easy. Pine cone, peanut butter, birdseed. Got that? Pine cone, peanut butter, birdseed. And a piece of string. Okay, so this is great. My girls, are fascinated by birds, especially that they have grandparents in Australia who have like cockatoos and lorikeets and king parrots come down and feed on their deck daily. Like when we were there, they were eating out of your hand. And the girls, like, well, they have that. We want birds at our house. Well, the squirrels like this too, those rascally squirrels. But this is super easy to do. So find your pine cone and get your piece of string. Now, I've learned from experience, tie your string on first because otherwise it's just a mess. So tie it around wherever you want it to be because all we're doing is creating something to be hanging our bird feeder from. So I like to tie it this way. Okay. Then what we're going to do, just going to slather on a whole bunch of peanut butter. Okay, doesn't even have to be good peanut butter, just El Cheapo peanut butter. Or if your child has allergies, use whatever nut butter is fine for them to be around. I know people have done this like using Crisco. But I'm like, oh, do I really want to give Crisco to birds? I don't know. Peanut butter is what I've always traditionally used. It's just easy. It's sticky. It's tempting for my daughters who then want to lick it off the pine cones, but no, that's gross. So we're just getting our peanut butter all around however you want. And then we take our seed. And we're just going to press and roll. And make sure that our peanut butter is like picking up the seeds and sticking to it. There you go. Look how easy that was. A little beautiful bird seeder, natural. You can hang it out when they're done. If the pine cone comes off the string, it's biodegradable. Perfect. And so you can have a whole lot of these, hang them out in the trees, especially for spring, for those mummy birds that need to be feeding their baby birds. This is just great. I'll just lay that one down. So 3 simple and easy things. Owls, fairies, bird feeders. That's just 3. We could go on, but we won't. But I hope you have some fun with this. You'll never look at pine cones the same. Can I burn them? Yes. Do they annoy me? Yes. Do they make beautiful crafts? Absolutely. And so have fun. And if you do make them, send me pictures. I would love to see. Also, don't forget, you can use them any year round. Just paint them. They're always beautiful decorations. Well, thank you so much for watching and for being part of this Learning Life community. And, if you want to, you could help us get more videos out. And you can do that by being a champion. And you can check that out at my website, where you will also find what you need and how to do and pics so that you can recreate and make it your own. And this. So you'll find that, but you can become a champion. So check that out at the champions link on learningthis.life, or you can check that out at patreon.com. Thank you so much for watching.